Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Stream here. So, what I've been working on is this character animation, and so I'm going to get back into it. I decided I'm going to try and show my process of creating this aura farming emote for UEFN. I do wish it would remember the things that I had shut off before, but those are gone. There we go. So this is my level sequence. It's my control rig. And this is the animation that I'm currently doing. This is going to be that kid on the boat. And that's going to end up going to a stop here. One more thing I want to check is that my video capture here is not capturing. There we go. Now that should be great. Okay. So where we last left our hero off. So we have the sequencer, and generally I like to work in curves. I like to see what the graph editor is doing. If you've never animated in Unreal or UEFN, it's basically like animating in Maya, if you've ever done that. So it's really nice. Has a lot of the same kind of features there. But what I was starting to do is just kind of looking at the beginning part of this of the start and what the body is doing here. So just ignore the arms and everything that's going on there. So I've been working on the pelvis. And having the feet kind of slide over to the boat, and then they get attached to the boat. And right now there's a pop that happens here because this section is blocked. So, what I did is essentially had my first key and my second key is overlapping, so it kind of flops this way. A way that you can keep that from flopping over is to select the next two keys after this. And we're just going to do the whole thing here. And we're just going to take this whole bit here, and I'm going to get a little closer to it. I can see what I'm doing. Holding shift and middle mouse clicking. I'm pulling it down one frame. 2 frames, we'll just over exaggerate it if it's too far, then we'll go to the next one. So I'm going to select just this one. And highlight all of these. Highlight all of these. Sure. And then we'll pull these down another 2 frames. Now there's a little overlap that happens in those. So as the spine comes forward, the base stops, then the middle stops, and then the top part drags. So we get a little bit of kind of overlapping action that happens in there. Not really sure I'm down with all of that. But we'll play it. Some of the things that I don't like here is that, like, I want to have that overlap happen. While the spine when it goes down. Yeah, so when it goes down, I want to have that kind of drag up. When he hits the bottom, then I want to have that overlap happen here, and then he starts to go back up, and I want to have that drag happen this way, and then his spine come back down. I just want to have this kind of riding, overlapping action happening. Not quite getting it. When I created this animation, the bend of his spine, it was kind of hurried, so not quite sure I'm digging it. That seems to be working okay. Like right now, when it gets to the bottom here, then it should already be like rolling into that next part. Like his rear end should be rolling forward. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrap what is happening here. Just kind of start over, because I'm not loving it. Not loving it. So we'll go back here to the beginning. I think this is working alright. I think we'll get We'll get the beginning part going. Let's undo the move over. So that way when I select all three of these, slowly move over. There we go, that should do it. Okay, now that I have all of those, and I like to start, and that flop over. So we'll just go with that first flop. Actually, I think the first couple of flops. So then he's dragging, comes back up. I think like in here, this part needs to come a little sooner. So he's dragging down. As he's coming down, he's kind of pulling up. And then once he gets to the bottom here, then we're going to have this. Oops. We're going to have this drag forward. So it's down, flop forward. And then he rolls his butt forward. And now as he comes up, this is going to drag a little bit. And he gets up to the top. And then his rear end should be, or his chest should roll up here. And now it's going to head back down. And then on this, heading back down. I think what I did here is when it gets down to the bottom here, and then I have that. And then that rotation down. So again here, I have a little bit of drag up. And then flop forward. I'm going to have that flop forward, it's going to need a little bit more time. And then as he comes up, he's going to drag here. That move. That drag move is just going to come dragging up. Yeah, so this, once he gets up to the top and starts to move down, and then we'll have this, I think, be a little bit more. And then he's dragging down. Once he gets down to the bottom, and then this should. And then this is his motion upward, and that's going to give him a little bit more drag downward. When he gets up to the top, and starts heading down. And then he's going to come down. And then he'll flop forward. I think this one comes up here. Right there. And hold on just a minute. Hey.
Oh, sorry, we were recording.
I am not just recording, but Okay, so back to it. So as this goes up, take this one, and that's down. So as it starts to head down, so I think we'll get rid of that one. Replace it with this one. And then as it goes up, a little bit more bend. Then as he goes down, I'm just gonna shuffle these over. Going up, reaches the top, and then we'll start to straighten out. And then as he's going up here, drag that. Drag this. This is really big, kind of flop, boop boop, up there. He settles into this. Okay. So as he's coming up, then as his hips start to come down, I want to drag, get like that shape. I don't want to really start it until he starts to come down. So we'll scoot this over. So this is going to go until now I'm start coming back up. And then here, we get up to the top of that, and then start coming down. And when it gets to the bottom, I'm going to take these, I'm just going to shuffle these over. So these two, I want to kind of hold them up a little bit longer. And as he starts to come down, then he hits that. So then in here, goes up. When it gets down to around here, I'm going to take this, shuffle it down a little bit. And we're going to make that be a little bit more extreme. And then here, we're going to add kill that and just do it here. So here I want it down a little bit more. And it gets up to the top. The other thing I noticed is that his foot, like you might have seen it, when I flicker there, it's constrained, but every once in a while it'll just kind of go off. So I think I need to bake the animation on that, so it's not constrained or just constrained. And as he starts to come down, I think I can spread this out just a little bit more. Gets up to the top. And then starts to come down. And here, starts to come back. Straighten up. Back down. So now here, this is where I want I should be coming like down here. Get up to the top. Start to straighten up. A little bit more. And then down. So here, this is where it feels like he's like leading with his head. So just gonna kill that junk. So he's going down. It's at the bottom, and then starts to go up. And drag. Comes up to the top. Starts to come down. It's the bottom. Drag up. It's the top of that. I think this should still be dragging here. And then the next one up. Put that down. Come down. Dragging down. Straighten up. Hits the bottom, and then starts coming up, and then starts to go back this way. So like this. Almost needs to be that. And here's where I think it kind of loses the plot. This should be coming up. It's coming down. When it hits the bottom. That feels. If I killed this, pull this over. I have the bottom. I'm going to lean him forward. Still going forward. Almost this over. We'll bring that a little bit later. So we can start to raise them up. Kill that, die. Almost there. Okay, so from there, fill this, bring these over. So I want that downward drag on this. And like I tell my students, it's easier to come back from the exaggerated poses than it is to keep pushing the poses. So again, start losing a lot around here. So I want this to still be dragging. Gets up to the top. Goes down. Drags here. Up to the top. Starts just to relax. And I think maybe just pulling this over. Same with these. Bring these over. Starts to straighten out. And then gets down to the bottom here. And then completely straightens out. Woo! All right. So on first repass of this, good. I kind of like the variability that it has, like in his body, where we are seeing not just a repetition. It has the exact same feel, but you can see like he goes up and down a little bit different each time. Right. And yeah, so now before I go in and do any of that placement, I have his pelvis here, and that has a little bit of like twist to it. It just kind of stays there. So this is a little bit of pelvis movement in there. So in here, we can give his pelvis a little bit of roll. So if he's starting that roll, let's get here. Yeah, actually I got some little bit of rotation in there. Then when it gets to this spot, then we'll roll him forward here. It doesn't look too broken. I think what I'll have to do is take the cog and give that another like ease, maybe before I even work on that pelvis. So that is the bleh roll in there. That roll so with the spine rotation, I don't think that needs to be quite as dramatic. It kind of hits this point here. Probably going to be too much there. All right, so probably doesn't need the cog as much as that pelvis control. All right, I think that is going to be as good as it's going to get for right now. So we'll say so we animated the spine to create overlapping action. Submit. Well, the nice thing that I like about UEFN is that it has version control built in. Save it and close it out. All right, thanks for watching.